Hello, welcome to our weekly wrap-up. It is Saturday, April 27th.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Okay, let's get right to it. Well, do you have anything you need to say before we jump in?
No.
Great.
Watch for cricket protein being snuck into your food.
You don't have any other information.
I'm just going to look up the name. Hey, I read it on the internet, so it must be real, right?
So it has to be real. Okay.
Go ahead. I will tell. Hey, and if you don't care,
okay,
just eat cricket protein. It's all good. How would you say that?
Acheta powder?
Yeah.
Acheta, Acheta powder, aka cricket powder, is becoming more and more popular among people who want to experiment with a more environmentally friendly way to get protein. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So there you go. Watch for Acheta.
And if you have shellfish allergies,
oh yeah, that's big.
be careful, because
Yes.
eating bugs, and if you have shellfish allergies, there's a little cross reaction there.
Okay. I'm going to stick to my cow. Which leads us into the first question.
Jenny E.
Tallow. What is it? What are the benefits of tallow? How do you use it? And I'm really glad we're talking about this because several of you are like, you mentioned tallow, but WTF? So,
So tallow is just rendered beef fat. It was the fat for cooking and skincare for the last couple thousand years up until about the last 150. So yeah, they just take beef fat down, render it down. There's a whole process. They, do sometimes 2-3 times to get all the water out, impurities out. That has become, that with avocado oil are our main cooking oils, right?
yes, and butter.
And butter. It makes the absolute most delicious food.
It really does.
Up until like the 80s, McDonald's used to make their French fries. They would fry them in tallow. And now they use vegetable oil and they use a beef flavor additive.
Yeah, it's a beef flavor, so it still has the same taste.
But we have made French fries.
Yep.
Jess makes golden potatoes cubed and
Oh my gosh.
cooked in tallow, and it's one of the best things I've ever eaten.
I would dare say it's life-changing.
I've made the girls' pancakes.
Yes, it smells like
Funnel cakes from the fair.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, great to cook with for your skin if you want to slather it on your sourdough and then you want to slather it on your face.
I wouldn't put it on sourdough.
I wouldn't either. I'm
Could
just
though.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm like, you can eat it. You can
Well, I mean,
wear
there's
it.
influencers that just eat sticks of butter.
Yeah, that's
So I guess you could just eat spoonfuls of tallow.
yeah.
No thanks.
Okay, so it is excellent for your skin. It's excellent if you have dry skin. Actually,
Hold on.
yes, please.
The cooking. The reason why, so in the Hispanic communities, they use a ton of lard, right? Lard. Some places around the world, they still exclusively use tallow. The reason why both tallow and lard are great cooking oils is it takes a lot for them to go rancid, right? Olive oil. You're not supposed to cook olive oil because it's like 230 degrees, and that's the smoke point, I think.
No, I think
Low?
it's higher than that.
Is it 320?
I think it might even be higher. I think it might be
The smoke
like
point's no.
350.
No, it's low.
No,
It's lower than that.
Okay. No.
Anyways, like avocado oil, you can cook up to over 500 degrees, but you can reuse tallow. Same thing with bacon grease, which is again just lard. You can reuse it over and over and over again. It doesn't become rancid. One of the reasons why seed oils, right? Seed oils are the demon. It's the worst thing for your health. Most of the people that are just screaming about seed oils, they don't tell you that if you use it one time and then threw it out, it wouldn't be as bad for you, or maybe not bad at all. But seed oils.
So the problem is that when you use it over
and over again,
like they do in
heat
fast
it up,
food
cool
restaurants,
down. Heat it up, cool down.
it goes rancid.
Now with tallow and lard, you can actually you can save it if you wanted to. So that's another benefit of it. And it just doesn't go rancid. It's pretty durable. It's a better cooking oil than most seed oils in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So,
totally. Yeah.
skin
and
purposes.
so for skincare, so it has a ton of vitamins in it, right? So it's great for our skin. I think it's full of vitamin A, vitamin E.
A, E, D, and K.
D and K, yes. So excellent for your skin. So, and I think it's for...
it has almost the exact same makeup as...
like our pH, right?
Our, what is it, sebum? Which is the glands, or the sebaceous glands, right, that secrete sebum. So our skin oil, it has almost the exact same makeup. So it's supposed to be comedogenic, doesn't clog your pores. So you can use it on your face. We use it on our bodies.
Yes, I
and
make
our face.
I wash my skin with it, and then I moisturize my skin with it. So if you're curious and you want some of those little recipes, if you want to play around with it.
When you read about this stuff where most of the people, they demonize it, again, it's an agenda. You know, cows farting are ruining the world, right? So everything to do with cows is bad. And I say that's in all facetiousness.
Yeah, no, obviously.
I love cows. Well, you know, people pick things apart. Lost my train of thought. Tallow, cows.
It's good for all skin types.
Grass-fed. So getting a grass-fed tallow is better, less impurities. When cows, factory farm cows, you know, the big operations, heavy metals and pesticides and, you know, whatever the junk is, you know, when the cows are in tight quarters, it tends to sit in the things they eat will sit in the fat more. So when you're going to put something in your skin or you're going to cook with it, you probably want the purest form. So, Yeah, and you can find it on Amazon. Yeah, I mean, literally just type in grass-fed tallow Amazon and they'll ship it to you.
Totally.
Now, it's much more expensive than your Crisco or your...
But a little goes a long way.
Yes.
For everything.
Correct.
Okay. So Alex, she said, you mentioned adaptogens. Explain what that is, and is that another form of vitamins? Do you remember Caitlin asking about adaptogens last week?
Briefly.
Okay.
I don't remember what we said. Adaptogens, just like, what's the biggest one out there? I was just reading about it the other day. Not lion's mane. Oh my gosh, completely escaping me right now. They just can modulate things up and modulate things down. Cortisol is one of the things, you know.
Can you keep that kinder?
What? They can help things in your body go up or go down as needed.
Thank you.
A lot they get with cortisol and with stress. They tend to help out the most.
Okay.
So
they're little handy helpers.
Yeah, I mean, potentially after you've addressed, you know, foundational issues.
Right. But I think Alex was more asking, like, what do you mean by an adaptogen? What does that mean? So it's
adaptogenic herbs.
It is a handy helper.
Yes, they can be.
Okay. Carry on.
That's all.
Okay. Alex, let us know if we answered your question properly. Please and thank you. Corey, why is there an attack on farmers? Example, a lot of farmers, they eat bacon, they eat eggs, steak, and potatoes. Let's see, hold on. Attack, but they live so long. Oh, so she's saying, why is it that the attack, well, it's not really like it's real.
And what she's saying here is they seem to eat they live a more natural, healthy life, and they eat more.
Why is it that people say they will die of a heart attack, but they actually tend to live so long and they are so active? Why do they get bashed on? Now, before you go into that, we had talked about this before. He's like, "What? Can I be honest?" Duh. We love you for it. But I do want you to talk briefly about that. The study, you know, Randy and his studies about how farmers, people in general, when they tend to eat steak, they also tend to drink more. Remember that?
Healthy user bias. Look it up. It is something that's never accounted for any type of nutritional study. So when they survey, like literally if there's a question that just says, you know, do you eat red meat or not? The people, healthy user bias, people that would eat more of a plant-based diet, vegan, vegetarian, whatever cute buzzword, they tend to drink less, smoke less, less risky behavior. They tend to not eat steak and eggs. So overall, they are more healthy. They probably exercise more. So conversely, the people who eat red meat more tend to drink more, smoke more, will eat steak. They're not going to exercise as much.
Why do you think that is? Because I think actually
rebellion.
I think trends are obviously changing, right?
Yeah, they don't ever, I mean, when they do, so they do look at, when they look at the Mormons, right? And they look at the Mormons and they look at the Seventh-day Adventists, right? Mm-hmm. Those are two of the healthiest subsets of people in the United States. Mm-hmm. The Mormons, they say, are the healthiest subset of people in the United States. And
wait, are you talking more German Baptist?
I'm talking Mormons.
LDS.
Mormons.
Okay.
Because it's baked into the religion.
I'm just making
like
sure because we
Adventists.
talk. Okay. Sorry, we talk a lot about German. Yes, German Baptist. And no, what's the other one?
You are confusing. So just stop that.
Amish.
Anyways, we'll talk about Amish in a second because this goes into it. Anyways, when they look at plant-based, so obviously Seventh-day Adventists, vegan, vegetarian, most of them. But there is some stuff that says a lot of those people sneak meat. Mormons put emphasis on being healthy, exercising, staying away from alcohol, right? Mm-hmm. They don't smoke. Yep. And an emphasis on eating healthier foods. Mm-hmm. And they are pretty healthy people. Mm-hmm. So my attitude with this, and I'll think how you had a perfectly great way of putting it.
It doesn't meet the agenda.
I don't believe farmers, if you look at farmers, and we're going to make a very broad stroke here, they do not fit into all of the narratives being pushed.
Like the cricket protein agenda.
Yeah, you're not going to see cricket protein, right? Farmers tend to be more religious, more conservative. I've never met a farmer that doesn't own firearms. Mm-hmm. They eat meat, they eat eggs. They again, broad stroke here, just like if you look at cops and firefighters, sure. they all vote more conservative. They're more traditional people. So that's my personal view on why I believe they are attacked as a group. Mm. And I think it's very, very unjust because I grew up with farmers and most of them are good people. Now, I will say this, all the farmers I grew up around, they all drank and they all smoked. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them. Mm-hmm. They also did not have good sleep habits. Mm-hmm. They were up very, very early, but they weren't necessarily going to bed very, very early. Yeah. Most of them falling asleep in the recliners. They all snored. Mm. So I think, but if you look at farmers, they do live a little bit longer than the normal life expectancy. Now, if we take the far extreme of farmers, the Amish, right? The Amish, I think it's 81. And then there's a subset that lives to like mid to high 80s here in North America. They are probably the healthiest group. They, low vaccination rates. They don't go to the doctor unless something's getting sewed back on. And what kills them the most is, and I just looked it up, is getting run over. Right? Oh. They walk a lot. Oh, yeah. Pedestrian accidents. So, if they're the real hardcore Amish, they're going to get hit in a horse and buggy with a car. Yeah. Farming accidents and falls. So what kills the Amish, and I think it was that made up about 75 to 80% of what killed them. So wow. The 20% is probably, cancer or heart attack or diabetes. Yeah, but they build everything from scratch.
I mean, gosh, I don't even think they consider that they have like ADHD or autism.
No, there's very, very, very low ADHD, autism. I mean, most of the things that plague normal folks, right? Even their food they grow. Most of the things that they grow is all non-GMO. So they really are, and I think Amish means plain people, simple people.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah,
I think I read that.
They really do. I mean, they build our own stuff. So if we want to look at what
I even read that even the colors that they choose for their wardrobes.
Yep,
very simple.
Yeah. So they don't pay, they don't have health care. They just do not, they are their own little bubble within the United States. So, I hope we answered that, Corey. Farmers, and because of what you do too, like all farming, doesn't matter, milk, any kind of dairy, beef, vegetables, we need farmers. So,
heck yeah.
We need more of them.
Yeah.
We should all be backyard farmers.
Yes. Okay, Allison, natural sweeteners like monk fruit and stevia, are they okay, not okay? Why?
This is a very debatable topic. Some people will say anything sweet in your mouth can raise blood sugar. The one that actually looks to be the best right now is allulose, and it conversely it's the most expensive. But a lot of research, I think they say it's completely safe. The Diabetes Association, American Heart Association, but again, it's just more expensive. So stevia, I mean stevia. There's some things that say that lowers blood pressure.
I mean, gosh, there's some things about stevia saying that they've used it as a form of birth control in certain parts of the world. So we don't really know. I don't know. Yeah, it's in our protein powder. But again, we will also do things like Truvia that has a little bit of sugar in there. Yep. We use maple syrup and honey more than anything. Yes, absolutely. We just moderation. Monk fruit. I think monk fruit is fine.
Monk fruit and allulose seem to be the two that there's nothing really bad about them. So
okay, so there we go. Paul, how depression affects weight loss?
Well, when you have depression, you typically have a serotonin problem, which means you have a gut problem. Was it 90%? 90% of the serotonin is made in the gut, and 50% of dopamine. So, it's typically a gut issue. When you get your gut right, it puts the brain in a better place. People who are depressed, they withdraw more. They don't go outside as much. They withdraw from relationships. So, just being unhappy in general. They typically don't. People are not exercising if they're depressed. So it's a whole cascade. And depending, some people when they're depressed, they will not eat, and then some people will overeat. Yep. So
everything is just so.
Some people when they're depressed, their appetite's gone. Some people are, stuffing all the cookies and cakes into their face.
They're eating their feelings. For sure.
So it can be a multitude of different things.
Okay, Matt. How much water does our body absorb in a 10-minute shower? And does it help with hydration? I'm gonna drink your water.
I'm going to tease you, Matt. Did you weigh yourself before and after a shower? So it's not, our bodies would, if you had a lot of sodium, magnesium, your body will absorb that more. I don't think you're going to absorb just
hydration.
Hydration in general is often misunderstood. If you don't have adequate levels of, sodium, potassium, and magnesium, you don't hydrate. That's why we recommend for people you need to drink electrolytes, right?
And salt your food.
Yeah, sometimes just a simple little Redmond's real salt has a lot of good stuff in there, and just mix in a little bit of that with water.
So, Matt...
But I have no idea. I've never been asked that question before.
So, I think what he's trying to do is count his 10-minute shower as maybe 20 ounces of water.
No, you're...
Stop it right now.
If you're trying to count your shower as hydration, it does not count. So... Drink your 100 ounces of water, dude.
Get over yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Verity, brain fog tips. So she has two questions. So let's answer. What are tips for brain fog? I have some tips, but go ahead. What's on your mind?
Man. Sleep. The most common ones are sleep and then diet. And so getting good restful sleep helps with brain fog. And not even just to 7, 8, 9 hours. I went to bed. My brother and I went and saw Jordan Peterson. I went to bed at midnight. I still slept probably 7.5 hours, and I just felt awful the rest of the day. Yeah, brain fog being the best thing and just kind of lethargic. The other one is diet. When I say diet, the things that lead to brain fog with diet are processed foods, sugar. For us, we find carbohydrates in really anything before lunch, and I think you're even a little bit more sensitive than me. Yeah. Carbs, and even your quotations, good carbs, like sweet potatoes. You're like, I can't eat sweet potatoes during the day. Oh gosh,
no, I can't. I've experimented with sweet potatoes twice at lunch, and both times I am so tired and dragging that it's awful. Rice doesn't do it. Yeah, I maybe can do a corn tortilla at lunch, but
And then lastly too can be like food allergies, right? So people who are sensitive or celiac, gluten, brain fog is one of the number one issues with it. So I would say pay attention to what you're eating and figure out what's causing the brain fog. Because it's a response from something you're probably doing or not doing. My nephew just had migraines out of nowhere, and I was trying to explain to him that migraines are not normal. No matter what a doctor tells you, they're not normal. You're so cute.
You said that last week too.
Oh, did I?
This is really on your mind.
It is. He's always on my mind. He's a good kid.
Okay.
So brain fog's not normal.
Okay, so my turn. So some tips for brain fog: hydration, not a shower mat.
Yeah. Hydration.
A cold shower
with electrolytes.
A cold shower actually does help. So hydration. So get some water. So here's what you could do. You can get some water, sprinkle a little salt in it, or just like chew on some salt and go for a walk. Go do some squats. Movement really helps. Deep breathing. That helps too. What else? I was thinking mostly water, electrolytes, a brisk walk, some jumping jacks, squats. Yeah, that helps me. Okay, her next question, are smoothies okay? So, yes.
It's a loaded question.
And no, it depends.
So my view is a little different. You can do the gray area and I'll just do the black and white.
I like smoothies in the summer for the girls. They view it as a treat and then they get it in the morning, so it's really exciting. And we do it about once a week.
Yeah, but your smoothie is like a meal replacement blended up.
So, right. And that's what Varian and I were chatting about. Make it a big protein bomb. So, yes, protein and fat, and then frozen fruit, whatever, and you're good to go. Now, if you were doing it every day, I'd be like, no, let's not. Let us not. But yeah, I think once or twice a week is perfectly fine.
I think smoothies are acceptable for dessert. Yeah, I think it's a good ice cream substitute.
Yeah.
And here's why is anytime
with some homemade whipped cream.
Anytime you take your food, a whole food source, and you blend it or you make it into a liquid food source, you rapidly digest it. Now, Ozempic is the new buzz, right? Because it slows down digestion. Your body is supposed to do work, starting in the mouth, right? You don't chew a smoothie, then it hits your stomach. There's nothing for it to break down. So foods that are rapidly digested, even protein shakes or meal replacements, they can have a poor effect on insulin, blood glucose. So now you're taking fruit. Now if you're adding things, full fat yogurts, Greek yogurts, that's gonna help slow it down a little bit. But again, it's a liquid source, liquid or almost liquid. But smoothies and liquid, they're just really not good. We're supposed to eat our calories, break them down, digest them.
So then I want to go right in to Kim's question. What are our opinions for using protein shakes as a meal replacement?
The only time that I recommend a protein shake as a meal replacement is if you can't get in enough protein. That's it, pretty simply. Sometimes adding it to a meal, like we've had people, you guys saw my little message I sent out in the group where I got 75 grams of protein, a shake,
Were you tired
a chomp.
after that?
No, I felt fine.
Okay.
And a little bit of ricotta cheese and a couple, small handful of frozen blueberries. If you're really lacking protein, like base layer, foundational layer is we need to eat our protein, chew it, digest it.
For sure.
So
if you're in a mad rush and it's just one of those days, great.
Yeah.
Grab a protein shake. I will always encourage you guys to eat real food, like what Randy said, and then use your protein shake as a...
But here's the thing, if you're taking in your protein shake, again, I want you to slow down your absorption, digestion, like have like a hard-boiled egg, you should have it, or some, if you can throw scoops of protein powder in your Greek yogurt, ricotta cheese, and then it's a little bit more like an actual meal.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, awesome. These diets that like MetaFast, and now it's become, what's the new thing it is now?
Dumb?
Well, that too. What is it? What's the brand? Lean and Green?
I don't know.
anyways, it was Medifast, and now it's called something else. These meal replacements, like you can see people's insulin and blood glucose, everything go up, even though there's very low carbohydrates and high protein, because it's instantly into the bloodstream and digested. Your body doesn't do much work. Optivia, yeah.
Yep.
No, thank you. And if anybody likes it,
nobody likes it. That's why they're working with us.
Anybody else that sees this,
well, then you should work.
Reach
with
out,
us.
and I'll tell you why it's garbage.
Yeah, don't do it. Ew. Okie dokie. Murray.
Yeah. That's all you.
It was not a question. It was just a statement.
As you stand up straight.
I want to see the posture video that we talked about last week for Jenny Eggers. Okay, we'll get right on that. Thank you, Marie. And Megan?
I'm going to add to that too, because Joe and I had a long conversation about his desk and setup. And
sorry, my eyes. I'm going to turn around.
He's getting a little bit of a repetitive use injury, probably from his typing position, how poor it is. Like bad chair, hunched over. Yeah, the T-Rex thing, right? So for all of us that are at a desk a lot, you probably should have a sit-stand desk. Or if you have a really nice desk, buy the little piece on there that you can move it up and down.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you're typing a lot, like this position, keeping your wrists up can actually lead to tennis elbow.
Yeah.
Because you're just putting constant tension versus if you have a pad and your hands can lay flat.
Yeah.
Split keyboard. So posture and ergonomics are huge.
So we'll do a posture and ergonomic video.
Yep. Yeah, well, I even have the little diagram for Joe that I sent him to. Oh, yeah. And that would actually, I know Kim's at a desk a lot too.
Oh, so, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Meg. Have I asked about red light yet? I don't know, Megan, have you? No, you have not. Red light therapy. I'm a fan.
Yeah, red light is, NASA has even done a ton of research on it. Like red light is absolutely amazing. So you can get it for free if you go out and sun gaze, horizon gaze early in the morning and then later in the day. And
There's some reasons.
I will be right with you.
Yeah, reasons. Great.
We're doing our meeting.
Oh my gosh. She completely forgot.
Sorry.
Hey kids, you need anything? No. Red light's great. There's different wavelengths you get at different times of the day. So early in the morning and then later in the day are the two that are great. They say stand barefoot in the grass, get a little sunshine in the eyes. So yeah.
You know what you guys could do? Oh my gosh. This would be like, what a way to start your day. You go outside with like your yoga mat and you do like your 5-minute mobility on the grass. And so you're grounding and you're getting morning light. And
except they're not grounded with a yoga mat unless their body parts are touching the grass.
I asked you one time if you were still grounding if you were sitting on the grass with like a beach towel, and you said yes.
That's different. That's a towel.
What the heck?
Cotton isn't going to stop it, but
fine.
Plastics.
Okay.
All right. We'll talk.
Wouldn't it be great?
We'll talk
if you
electricity
started your
and connectivity.
day with a beach towel on the grass in the sun, doing your mobility or yoga.
Or what about at the beach?
None of our clients live at the beach.
They wish they did, though. Maybe some of them.
Okay. I think yes. I think we should do a mini challenge. Who is going to start their day outside doing their mobility?
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't count unless they either post the picture on Instagram and tag us or send it to you.
Because this is like I told Verity. If you didn't log it, it didn't really happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if it doesn't end up on Instagram, it didn't happen. I think that's a thing too.
Okay.
So red light's great.
Red light.
It's good for actually, there's a new study out there that it improves eyesight.
Yeah.
It increases good hormones. So it wound healing. We just had your brother get one for recovering from surgery. So red light's great. We actually have a partnership. So if you guys are interested in looking at those, let us know and we'll get you a little discount code. We
because they're fantastic, especially, when we lived in Montana, that was...
It helps.
Oh my gosh, the 9-month winter. That was one.
9-month winter.
The eternal winter. Yeah, it got me through. Yep. I am here today because of red light. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, red light's great. There doesn't seem to be much that red light doesn't help.
Yeah.
So yeah, little you definitely, the red light's one of those things, like, you don't buy the cheaper ones because you're not going to get the right wavelengths and not get the benefit. Yeah, you got to spend a little bit more money. The good panels are typically, starting around $1,000.
So it is one of those, like,
if you want a full body panel, you can get people that get them for just their face. Yep. I mean, they even have them. They help regrow hair. So if anybody's like hair's falling out or they want to regrow hair,
anti-aging.
Yep, collagen production. So.
Yep. So you get what you pay for with red light, and we're fans. Yep. Okay, that's all.
I think that's it. All right.
Okay.
Everybody have a great rest of their day or weekend.
Go get barefoot in the grass.
Barefoot in the grass, staring towards the sun but not into the sun.
Right.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.